This is kind of weird. And mind you, I'm not worried about these people in any way whatsoever because they are very well taken care of. But Kate has gone with the Groucho Marx eyebrows for some reason. Don't know why. But people are saying that, well, maybe she's trying to send a bit of a signal to Meghan because she's wearing the same outfit that she last wore when Meghan was at the cenotaph for the Remembrance Day. The reason why I think that is probably true, that either she's trying to mock the Duchess of Sussex, or she's sending a plea for help to the Duchess of Sussex, or maybe, I don't know what she's doing, but the hat doesn't really go with the military style coat dress that she's wearing. Totally wrong hat for that outfit. So the hat looks incredibly similar to the hat worn by the Duchess of Sussex. It says here, not really sure what to make of the Metro, the Times, the Daily Express, and Daily Mail. What's going on with the unflattering photos of Kate with her mouth askew? I couldn't read that without laughing. Sorry about that. But as you know, I have said quite a few times what's wrong with her mouth. So anyway, her mouth is her mouth is askew. But I think it's like she has a bit of a nervous tick and she just don't know what to do with it. So, but why in the world do they focus on Kate, the next queen consort of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and whatever territories, is Catherine's good buddy, Camilla Barker Bowles. That is the next queen consort, not Catherine. It's her buddy, or co-conspirator, or whatever you want to call it. But it's not it's not Catherine. So it gets better. I noticed something while making this video. How in the world did the Duchess of Cornwall get moved out to the périphérique, as they say in French? Why is she on the perimeter? Shouldn't she be center stage? How did that happen? Something odd is going on. I mean, the newspapers has already given Catherine the Great her position as the queen consort, but yet the actual queen consort and the reigning Princess of Wales officially is to her right instead of being center stage. What happened? When I post these, I'm going to block out which Twitter account they come from because, again, I don't want to make trouble for anybody. But this was a perfect nickname for Kate. Jazz Hands really had a face like thunder for part of today's Remembrance Sunday stuff. We have coverage on that and more tomorrow. Okay, so well, when she talks, sometimes Kate's hands are kind of flailing about all over the place. Well, she really does get into a little Bob Fosse. So so Jazz Hands is perfect for Kate because, she's got all that jazz. Again, I think there's a bit of a nervous tick. But now if you read the tabloid headlines, because a lot of times, actually most times, I'm satisfied with the headlines. I don't really need to go into the story because you already know it's something that tries to build Kate up into something that she has never been and never will be. But, poor Kate, I don't know what's going on with her, but they said that what she wore for Remembrance Day was kind of like sending a signal to Meghan in some kind of way. So Meghan had a little more of a dramatic eyebrow and makeup for, I guess you would call it the smoky-eyed look that she had for what probably was her last Remembrance Day, or maybe it was one before that. But Meghan, of course, looked amazing. But with Kate, it's like she decided to take the eyebrow up a tick or two. And this is not the first time that there's been confusion about Catherine and her eyebrows, where she doesn't seem to know where she's going with it. So it looks very obvious that Catherine, who, believe it or not, I think is like the same age as Meghan, right? But yet very different. Anyway, they're the same age. I'm not going to get that shady. But but Catherine looks like Catherine. And anyway, it's alleged that Catherine is trying to send a signal to Meghan. But you know, the tabloids always say that somebody's symbolically doing something. So how do we know? And so the other thing that's interesting about the cenotaph today, for those of you who are not on Twitter, but you know, it just kind of jumped out at me. Okay, I want to reassure everybody that the Queen is very well. PM sends positive message after 95-year-old, I guess that's Prime Minister, 95-year-old monarch missed cenotaph service for the first time in 22 years with sprained back just weeks after shocked hospital stay. Since this video first aired, there have been more occasions when the Duchess of Cambridge seems to have followed in the Duchess of Sussex's footsteps. There are many more occasions where you'll find that the Duchess of Cambridge seems to have taken her fashion cues from her more popular, more liked, more loved sister-in-law, the Duchess of Sussex. Again, here are a few more examples of cosplay Kate, or copy Kate. And then, poor Edward. Poor Edward. Edward, the cosplay prince, the person who spent 2 weeks in basic training and removed himself from it before he had any further embarrassment. The thing is, they said the poor guy was being bullied. I mean, they were kicking his behind up in that. Actually, he's been getting his behind kicked routinely his entire life. So he just doesn't want anybody to take notice of him under any circumstances. He just parks his Ford Fiesta and disappears into that massive house where they administer whatever royal duties that they may possibly ask them to do. But this poor guy is being completely swallowed by this uniform. I mean, you're supposed to wear the uniform, but instead the uniform is wearing him. I mean, he is being consumed. And when they said some poor woman in uniform collapsed at the cenotaph, fainted, hit the ground, and I thought, Edward? I'm telling you, if he tripped over that uniform, I would have to go to the hospital because I would probably like tear my spleen trying not to laugh. For some reason, I just envision him tripping over that coat that's wearing him. And I got a feeling this, when he goes to take that thing off, it's just like the witch on the Wizard of Oz. Like he's just disappeared into this cloak that he's wearing. But very strange photo. I don't know why. You know, wear some thermal underwear and wear something a little shorter because he looks so frail and fragile, so insignificant. Poor guy. You know, whenever he cosplaying, have you noticed that the same medals, you know, the toy medals that everybody else wear, have you noticed that not really, but somehow the medals always look like they're like cartoonishly large on him? As though they really don't belong on him, because they probably don't. But this poor guy, you know, he seems like a nice person who just really wants to stay in the shadows. And yet, because of the shortage of manpower in the royal family, he's being dragged out again and again. And I don't know whose coat that was, but it doesn't look like it belonged to him. You know, it's huge, but I almost feel sorry for him. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.